I think many people give up along the way, or they think it's too big a risk, to commit to just one thing in life. And that's basically how I've been raised. It's always don't put all your eggs in one basket. But I feel if you look at all the successful people in the world, they only ever had that one thing they wanted.
So I'll start introducing you, blah, 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 then You're welcome to Road to Pro. Well, the goal of this show is to impact and provide value where we can. So today we have a big man, a guy from L4B. We had his bro last time here. Now we have him himself, Mr. Ngoci, Omollo himself. Mr. Ngoci, how are you doing, man? Welcome to Road to Pro.
Thank you, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Could you give us a brief synopsis about who you are and what you do?
I'm Ngoci.
Yeah.
19 years old. I'm a footballer, aspiring footballer rather. I'm a striker. I think that's the key thing people need to know. I've never really put down my position for guys to know. So yeah, I'm a striker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when did you decide the ball would be your thing, man?
Well, that's the thing. I've never actually sat and just said that your ball is now my life forever. It's just always been a part of my life since, like, from when I can remember, basically. It's always been there. But of course, along the way, there are a few things that have made me feel like, for sure, this is what I want to do with my life. Like, when I was 10, I went for a trip to the UK, for those my tournaments with school.
Okay.
And I can remember we went to Old Trafford. And so one of my favorite players growing up was always Rooney. And so when I got to sit down near his jersey, it was like, that's when like, mind blowing. It hit me like, this life, it's worth it,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. It's never been a decision I sat down and said, I just want to do football. It's just always been there. But along the way, there have been those things that have made me, like, reassurances, basically, along the way that, football is what I love.
And are you doing football only, or you're mixing it with something else?
I was really trying to mix with school, but anyone who has tried that knows it's hectic trying to mix those two. It's hectic. So right now I've just decided to commit to my football,
all in,
because I feel like if you give everything, all your energy, your dedication, and you have faith as well, I don't think you can fail. I think many people give up along the way, or they think it's too big a risk, to commit to just one thing in life. And that's basically how I've been raised. It's always don't put all your eggs in one basket. But I feel if you look at all the successful people in the world, they only ever had that one thing they wanted,
Yeah.
So that's my inspiration. I look at these guys, and it's always just, if you look at the best players, even Cristiano, Messi, you don't hear them trying to say Cristiano wanted to be an engineer and a footballer, And I feel like that's why the levels, that's why he's all the way up here. And then there are those players who, they don't have that level of commitment, because it's not their number one. For them, they still feel like they have, they have this other job they need to do, or this other job, and that brings them down a bit in terms of maximum potential.
So you feel like for you to become like guys like Messi, Ronaldo, you have to go all in. There's nothing like 50-50 or 75-25.
Yeah, I feel so, because football is not easy. Football is not as easy as people make it seem. It's not just about talent. Players like Messi and Ronaldo, they're talented, yes, but their levels of commitment outdo everyone else. And for me, you see us now already, there's that fact that, now we're Kenyan, our country isn't known so much for football. Are you getting? So for us to actually get ourselves to that level and move, like, to even just reach, let's say, Premier League, the amount of work you have to put in is times 3 the amount of work an English kid is putting in. You get? And I don't think you can do that if you're mixing too many things in your life, unless if they're all aligned. You see, if everything you're doing is in and around sports or football, then you can be able to jumble them, because it's all in the same category. But if you're trying to do sports and a lot of other businesses that are not really aligned, that also require a lot of commitment, I feel like that becomes the problem, because everything requires a certain level of commitment for you to reach the top. Even just to be the best businessman, you need to commit to that business. You need to see it through. So if all the things you're trying to mix in your life require such high levels of commitment, I don't think you have the potential to give all of them 100, 100, 100, So meaning that in all of them, you won't be the best. You see? That's just my thinking. For you to be the best, you need to give that thing your all, You need to give it 100%. So that people can look and be like, Sami Wanaina, that's the best winger in Kenya, because that's I get it. He's giving 100%, I feel like that's how it has to be.
All right. So for you, all in.
All in.